Hello everyone, I welcome you to our global classroom today. Today we are looking at compound angle as a trigonometric ratio of compound angle, and we are going to start with the additional formula. The additional formula, well, I'm not going to show the proof, I will just give you the formulas for time's sake. We have sine A plus B is equals to sine A cos B plus cos A sine B. Cos A sine B. Then if while we have sine A minus B, sine A minus B is sine A cos B minus cos A sine B. Sine A cos B minus cos A sine B. Cos A sine B. So then we have our cos A plus B. Cos A plus B, that will give us cos A cos B minus sine A sine B. Cos A cos B minus sine A sine B. Then we have our cos A minus B, cos A minus B is equals to cos A cos B plus sine A sine B. Cos A cos B plus sine A sine B. Now let's look at tan. Let's look at tan. We have tan A minus B. Let's start with yes. Let's start with tan A plus B. We have tan A plus B. Tan A plus B. That will give us tan A minus tan B. Tan A minus tan B. This is divided by 1 minus tan A times tan B. 1 minus tan A, 1 minus tan A times tan B. Then finally, we have tan A plus B. Tan A, we have plus here. This is plus. This is plus. Take note of that. This is plus. While we have tan A, we have tan A, we have tan A minus tan B. Tan A minus B is the same thing as tan A minus B tan A minus B minus A times tan B. This is tan, take note, it's tan over 1 plus tan A, 1 plus tan A times tan B. So these are the additional formula. These are the additional formula. So quickly we are going to take some exercise on that. We'll take some exercise on that. Then we can move forward. Now using the additional formula, evaluate the following in short form. In our previous class we talked about short form. We have dealt with short form of some 30 angles. Now we have sine 15, cos 15, tan 15, cos 195. Let's do solution. Take them one by one. Solution. We have the first one is sine 15. If you use the addition formula, 15 is the same thing as 15 is the same thing as 45 minus 30. So this is sine 45 minus 30. That will give us 15. And by the additional formula, this will be equals to sine 45 cos 30 is equals to sine 45 cos 30 minus cos 45 sine 30. Cos 45 sine 30. So if we put the value, the short value, sine 45 is, this will be equals to root 2 over 2, that is sine 45, times root 3 over 2, minus, we have cos 45 is also root 2 over 2, times 1 over 2. So when you multiply this will be equals to root 2 times root 3, that will be equals to root 6 over 4 minus root 2 over 4. And we can do that by saying, if you bring out 1 over 4 into bracket root 6 minus root 2. So that is sine 45, sine 15. Then 2, cos 15. Cos 15 is the same thing as, according to additional law, cos 15 is the same thing as what? Cos 45 minus 30. So this will be equals to, use the cos for the cos, that is cos 45 cos 30 plus sine 45 sine 30. This will be cos 45 cos 30 plus sine 45 sine 30. So if you put in the values, this will be equals to, you have your cos 45, we know that to be root 2 over 2, times cos 30 is root 3 over 2. That will be equals to root 3 over 2 plus, here is root 2 over 2 times, here is 1 over 2. Cos sine 30 is 1 over 2. So if you multiply, that will give you 1 over 4 bracket root 6 plus what? Root 2. Plus root 2. Now let's look at tan 15. Tan 15. Tan 15. Tan 15. 15 is equals to tan 45 minus tan 30. Tan 45 minus tan 30 over 1 plus tan 45 times tan 30. 1 plus 1 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 tan 45 times tan 30. 1 And if we simplify this, we'll have this is equals to 1 minus tan 45 is 1 from our previous study. Tan 45 is 1 from our previous study minus root 3 over 2. Everything is divided by 1 plus 1 times root 3 over 2. And if you simplify that, that will give you 3. I'll give you 3. So here is 1 minus root 3 over 3 over 1 plus 1 times root 3 over 3. And this will give us, our final answer here will be 3 minus root 3 over 3 plus root 3. So you solve that, you will get this particular answer. So we continue. We have 195. 195. That is the next one. Cos 195 is equals to cos 180 plus 15. So cos plus, that will give you cos 180, that's cos 180 cos 15 minus sine 180 sine 15. So cos 180 is equals to 1. So you have 1 times cos 15 as cos 15. Then we have a minus. Here is 0 because sine 180 is 0. Sine 180 is 0. So cos, we already have the value for cos 15. Cos 15 we know is 1 over 4 bracket root 6 plus what? Root 2. Then let's quickly look at sine 195. Sine 195 is the same thing as sine 180 plus 15. Sine 180 plus 15, that will be equals to sine 180 cos 15 minus plus cos 180 sine 15. This is it. So if you simplify that, sine 180 is 0, so this part is 0. There you have what? Plus cos 180 is 1. So you have 1 times sine 180 is 1 over 4 square root, bracket root 6 minus root 2. So our final answer is 1 over 4 bracket root 6 minus root 2. Then we have cos 225. Cos 225 is cos 180 plus 75. That is equals to cos 180 plus 75. And you know cos, that will be cos 180 cos 75. What do we have there? We have plus, that will be minus sine 180 sine 75. Sine 180 sine 75. So if we solve this, we already know that what? Sin 180 is 0, so I have cos 180 here. You have 1 times 1 times, let's look at this. You have cos 180 is, this is equals to 1 times cos 75. 1 times cos 75 minus 0, because sin 180 is 0. So for us to get cos 75 is the same thing as what? This is equals to cos 45 plus 30. Cos 45 plus 30. Cos 45 plus 30. So you solve that. This will give you cos 45 cos 30. This is 30 minus sin 45 sin 30. Sin 45 sin 30. This is 45. This is 45. Then if we simplify that, this will be equals to root 2 over 2 times root 3 over 2, put in the bracket, minus root 2 minus root 2 over 2 times 1 over 2, put it in bracket. So if I simplify, I will have this is the same thing as what? Root 6, 1 over 4, root 6 minus root 2. Root 6 minus root 2. We also have tan 345. Tan 345. Tan 345. We have tan 345 is the same thing as tan 360 minus 15. Tan 360 minus 15. So this will be equals to tan 360 minus tan 15 over 1 plus tan 360 times tan 15. So we solve that. This will be equals to tan 360 is 0. So you have 0 minus tan 15 over 1 plus what? 0. Because 0 times tan 15 will give you what? 0. So that will take us to tan 15. And tan 15 is, we have solved that before. That will be equals to minus 3 root 3 over 3 plus what? Root 3. Minus 3 root 3. Remember, here is minus tan 15. That is why we're having this minus at the front here. Minus tan 15. That is exactly what we have. Let's look at double angle. Double angles. Given sine alpha plus beta, we've already said that this is the same thing as what? Sine alpha cos beta. I know in the first place we are using AB, so I just decided to change it. Plus, so that you don't get confused. Don't get confused. Here is the same thing as cos alpha sine beta. So if I put alpha to be equals to beta, then I will have sine alpha plus what? Alpha, which is equals to, this will be equals to sine alpha cos alpha plus cos alpha sine alpha. And this plus this is 2, so I have sine 2 alpha, sine 2 alpha is equals to 2 sine alpha cos alpha. Because you have sine alpha cos beta cos alpha sine. So 2 of them come first, it give you what? The same thing. Then we have cos alpha plus beta. Cos alpha plus alpha will be equals to, this will be equals to cos alpha minus sine alpha sine alpha. So what I did here is to put, instead of putting beta here, I just put alpha straight. Put alpha straight. So this will give us, this will be equals to cos square alpha minus sine square alpha minus sine square alpha. And this will become, remember that your cos square alpha is the same thing as 1 minus what? 1 minus sine square alpha. So this will give me 1 minus sine square alpha minus sine square alpha. And if I open this, this will be 1 minus 2 sine square alpha. So this is the double angle. So I have my cos 2 alpha will be equals to this, where alpha can represent any alphabet. Alpha can be any alphabet. So, okay, what if I change, assuming I change sign, if I change sine square alpha, sine square alpha, if I change it to 1 minus cos square alpha, so I can do this, I can say cos square alpha minus sine square alpha is the same thing as cos square alpha minus bracket 1 minus cos square alpha. Yes, can give me that. So minus times minus there will give me plus, minus times minus will give me plus. So this will give me 2 cos square alpha minus 1. So any of this formula is accepted. Any of those formulas are accepted. Then quickly let's look at tan 2 alpha. Tan 2 alpha. Tan 2 alpha. Now we have tan 2 alpha. That will be equals to tan alpha plus alpha. And remember, this is the same thing as tan alpha plus tan alpha over 1 minus tan alpha times tan alpha times tan alpha. And this is as good as saying this plus this is 2. So you have 2 tan alpha over 1 minus what? Tan square alpha. So that is what the double angle for tan. Double angle for tan. So we are going to move into triple angle. We just take the analysis, then we can solve questions. So we are looking at triple angle formula. Triple angles formula. We'll start with sine 3x or sine 3 alpha. Sine 3 alpha is the same thing as sine 2 alpha plus alpha. Sine 2 alpha plus alpha. And if you by the sine formula, that will be sine 2 alpha cos alpha plus cos 2 alpha sine alpha. And if we expand this will give us 2 sine alpha. This is 2 sine alpha cos alpha cos alpha cos alpha cos alpha plus, here you have cos 2 alpha there. That will give you 1 minus, that's from our previous study, sine alpha, sine square alpha bracket sine alpha. Sine alpha. So, and if you simplify this very well, you are going to have, remember that your cos alpha here will give you, sine 2 alpha is 2 sine cos alpha from our previous study. So this will give you 2 sine alpha cos square alpha plus 1 minus 2 sine square alpha sine what? Sine alpha. And if you take cos square alpha to be equals to, this is the same thing as 2 sine alpha, where you have cos square alpha is the same thing as 1 minus sine square alpha plus 1 minus 2 sine alpha, 1 minus 2 sine alpha. Okay, let's open this bracket. If we open this bracket, this will give us sine alpha minus 2 sine cube alpha. Sine cube alpha. And also if we open this way, if we open this other side, we are going to have 2 times this will give us 2 sine alpha, as 2 sine alpha minus 2 sine cube alpha plus sine alpha minus 2 sine the cube alpha. So if you bring everything together, this and this will give you, this plus this will give you 3 sine alpha minus 4 sine cube alpha. So this gives you the sine formula, this triple angle formula for sine. Triple angle formula for sine. So we are going to be looking at what? The cosine. Now cos 3 alpha is the same thing as cos 2 alpha plus alpha. And by the law, this will be equals to cos 2 alpha, this is 2 alpha cos alpha plus minus, please, yes, minus sine 2 alpha sine alpha. So remember that your cos 2 alpha is the same thing as what? 2 cos square alpha minus 1 from our previous study. So this is 2 cos square alpha minus 1 bracket cos alpha minus sine 2 alpha is the same thing as sine 2 alpha is the same thing as 2 sine alpha cos alpha. This will be equals to 2 sine alpha cos, that is sine 2, yes, 2 sine, that is 2 sine alpha cos alpha sine alpha. So if we simplify this, this will give us, open this bracket. If I open this bracket, this is equals to 2 cos cube alpha minus cos alpha minus, you have your minus 2 sine alpha cos alpha is the same thing as what? This will also become sine alpha times sine alpha will give us this is 2 sine square alpha cos alpha. Remember that sine square alpha is the same thing as 1 minus cos square alpha. So I have 2 cos cube alpha minus cos alpha minus 2 into bracket 1 minus 2 into bracket 1 minus 1 minus cos square alpha bracket cos alpha. So if I open this, I'll have 2 cos 3 alpha minus cos alpha minus, this times this, you have 2 cos alpha plus minus, remember you have cos alpha outside, minus 2, this become plus, minus times this is plus, cos cube alpha. So if we bring everything together, this will give us, this 2 plus 2 is 4, so that would be equals to 4 cos cube alpha minus 1 minus 2 is 3 cos alpha. So this will give us, so cos 3 alpha is equals to this. This is your value for cos 3 alpha. Lastly, we are going to be looking at tan 2 alpha. That is tan 3 alpha. Tan 3 alpha. Tan 3 alpha